All right, I made my way into the kitchen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right, this is the chef and co-owner of the Bier Garden with us this morning, Kevin Osmo. And you are going to make something that I horribly mispronounced earlier. What is it?
It's called Rouladen.
Rouladen,
Yes.
not Rouladen. Rouladen.
Right.
All right,
Close
what is it?
Well, Rouladen, it's a roulade, so that's based off the French term, which means to roll. So typically, you take meat, they're very thinly sliced. This will be beef here.
Well, I hear we're sizzling already over here in our big cast iron skillet.
Don't want it to pop on you, so.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. We're actually going to get started next. We don't want to get too far. We just want to tempt their tummies right now. So we're going to get started with this in just a minute. Don't go. We'll be back with our chef here from the Bier Garden in Portsmouth. All right, we're back in the kitchen now with Kevin Osmo, and he is from the Bier Garden, owner in Portsmouth. He's going to make a dish for us called Rouladen. We've got it now. Rouladen. We've been practicing. Okay. So what type of meat do we have here for Rouladen?
We're using bottom round.
Okay.
And now, traditionally, I think maybe back when the food originated, they were using venison and pork.
Okay.
Whatever. This would be a more expensive version of the Rouladen.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to put a little bit of mustard on here first.
Okay, what kind of mustard? Looks like you got some fancy mustard
Some
there.
spicy German mustard.
Okay, of course.
And
From the Bier Garden, what else would we expect,
Of course,
right?
And we add a little bit of our house spice. You can see it has some paprika in there.
Is that super secret house spice, or can we? What's in the house spice?
There's some paprika in there and some pepper and garlic powder and such.
Okay.
A few more things we'll just kind of leave
Not
out.
too hot and spicy,
No,
but
no,
just
no,
a
not
little
at all.
touch of spice.
Not at all.
All
It's
right.
not even a hot paprika. So.
Okay.
From there, we're going to take some bacon, and we'll just lay it in here. And you can use ham. You can use, you can chop it up, make it smaller. You can roll it near the end, whatever you like to do.
Okay.
And we'll add some pickles.
Regular dill.
Well, these are some German pickles that we get from a company that comes out of New York. And then we're going to take the onions that we've sautéed. Gives it a lot more flavor. You can put them in raw, but I really like the flavor like this. Plus,
oh yeah, it brings out the sweetness when you saute them for a while.
Absolutely. And
what did you saute them in? Was that butter, oil?
That was lard. And that's where we're getting all of our good flavor.
All right, good flavor, yeah.
So we want to
and that's where we want to have to go take a big jog after this
Absolutely.
meal. Okay.
The costs of taste.
Of good food, right. All right, so we're going to roll that up
Roll
nice
it up,
and tightly.
nice and tight. Then we'll take some string that I've already separated here. And we'll just use the string. You can use, whatever.
Toothpicks work?
Toothpicks do work, and, or a thinner thread, whatever you prefer.
You can get some of that kitchen string. And, you're just going to wrap it all the way around.
Just
to
going
keep
to
it
wrap
together.
it around. And it's just so that it doesn't fall apart while we're cooking. Doesn't even have to be too tight.
So now, the Bier Garden's been around since I came to Portsmouth anyway. How long have you guys been around?
We opened in October of '97.
Yeah, and it's kind of a family deal, huh?
Absolutely.
So what is the beer? What do you have? Obviously, you have beer at the Bier Garden and things like
lots
this.
of beer.
What do people come and ask for on your menu?
Schnitzel, very popular. We cooked that on the first time I came on here. Also, of course, the sausages. Everyone thinks of Germany, think of sausages, sauerbraten, and Rouladen, which is probably my favorite thing to cook.
Oh, okay.
So.
Sounds good. And of course, it all goes well with beer.
Absolutely.
which is the big draw there at the Bier Garden. Okay, so now how are we gonna cook this on the stove or in the oven?
We are going to. You can cook it in the oven.
Okay.
But we're going to take it and we're going to set it in here.
And you've got this in your nice big cast iron skillet. Does that help?
I prefer cast iron.
Okay.
You can use a regular frying pan, but it doesn't seem to brown as nicely.
Okay.
This comes out a much prettier brown with this. So.
Gotcha. All right, so we're gonna let that sizzle there for a couple minutes on.
Just so that each side is brown. And we'll just keep flipping it, getting each side nice and brown.
All right, that sounds yummy. And what do we have cooking over here?
Now this is a starter. This is pickle juice, mustard.
Juice.
Yes. And you'll get a lot of pronounced pickle flavor in this dish.
Okay.
So there'll be pickle juice, mustard, and there's a little bit of beef stock in there. And you can add water if you need, just depending on what level you need to get to and the flavor you prefer. And so when this is finished browning, we'll place it in here and let it cook for 45 minutes, an hour.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna brown it off in here, and then we place it in here and cook it for a while. Makes it nice and tender and all that good stuff. All right. So tell me about the summertime at the Bier Garden. I know you guys have a great outdoor area.
Yeah, summertime is wonderful. The Bier Garden. That's what we look forward to. It seems like as soon as the weather breaks, the patio fills up.
Yeah.
So.
Any specials you guys have going on during the summer?
Not at the moment. We plan on grilling maybe some beer dinners and such later.
All right. So your favorite thing to cook is this? What's your favorite thing to eat?
To eat?
This, besides this.
On our menu, I love eating this. I also love the sour braten.
Ah. Now, you guys cook all of this yourselves back there? Are these all like mom and pop recipes? Because this is a family place, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. These are either my mom's mom's recipes, or my father's recipes. So it's all cooked in house, and it's either going to be myself, maybe my mother, or one other person that's going to be preparing these. So
this truly is a family venture. Who all's involved?
Both parents and my sister. My wife works there occasionally, so yeah, it's definitely a family event.
All right, so you guys are really bringing your German roots and sharing it with the rest of Hampton Roads.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we better turn that over, huh? I'm going to step back before I get splashed.
Right.
We don't want that today. And now you've just got a new daughter.
I do. A wonderful 17-month-old daughter. Her name is Ruby. I'm sure she's watching right now.
Dada at the screen, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so you're going to train her to work in the beer garden too, huh?
We're going to let her do whatever she wants to do.
Whatever she wants to do, of course. Spoken like a true father. All right, we're going to let this brown up a little bit more, and we're going to check back in with you in a little bit.
Wonderful.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Hello, we are back in the kitchen with Kevin Ospoke, head chef and owner of the Bier Garden in Portsmouth, right there along High Street. And he's making a dish for us called Rouladen. I finally got it. All right, on the first try. All right, so what we did earlier was we took our meat, we rolled it up, and we seared it off for...
Whatever time it takes to get all sides brown.
Okay, let's remind people what's in the meat. What kind of meat did we do here?
We use a bottom round, very, very thinly sliced. Now, sometimes you get a small piece of meat, and you can slice it like this, just carve it out.
Okay. And we put some bacon on there, some
bacon,
mustard, and some pickle, sauteed onions. We rolled it all up, and we let it brown, and now it is...
It's cooking in our starter here. And what you want to do is you're going to bring it to a boil.
Okay.
And then you're going to drop it down to simmer for 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so this is a nice weekend dish where you've got a little time to be at home and you can just let it go while you're doing other things. All right, so after 45 minutes, we bring it out, and what's next? That looks good.
Nicely browned, and then we're going to want to take the string off.
Well, that would be good. I mean, we do want to floss, but not while we eat. Maybe after we eat. Okay.
All right, so we're looking here.
And you used a real thin string there, so that's going to be hard to find. This could be the key.
It's something
Maybe you need a thicker string.
Maybe so.
Yeah, always listen to Mom.
Always.
Always. And this is something you're going to find with that new daughter of yours, that 17-month-old, right?
I'm already listening to her.
Oh, no.
All right, so we'll just discard that. We'll let this cool a little tiny bit before we slice it.
Okay.
And over here, I poured a little extra starter in the side so that we could...
And what's in our starter again?
It's pickle juice, beef stock, and mustard.
Okay. Pickle juice, beef stock, and mustard. And we're going to let that boil down just a little bit there as our starter. We're going to add some thickener to it and put it on our rouladen. Go ahead.
Yeah, and this is just a basic thickener here.
Okay.
It's just flour and water, and you kind of want to bring it to like a pancake consistency.
Yeah,
pancake batter consistency. All right. And
Flour
we'll just,
and water.
while it's boiling, we're going to pour it in. And you want to always, if you're adding any thickener, whether it be a roux or something like this, you want to go cold, hot, or hot, cold. You never want to do hot, hot, and cold, cold.
Okay. And why is that?
You'll get dough balls and all sorts of
Lumps
problems.
and, okay.
Right.
All right.
So now this may, at
Cold and hot.
first, you may get a little bit of dough balls showing up, but then you drop it down to a simmer, and it boils them out.
And whisk it the entire time. Keep it going. Keep it moving. And
it
how
nice.
much of this are we going to use? Like, how much of the stock versus...
It really depends on the consistency you prefer of your gravy.
Okay.
I like a looser gravy. I don't like a real thick, clumpy gravy, you know. So we just keep on whisking it, and it's going to start to get hotter again.
Just
and
want
bring
to
it back
cook
up.
out that flour taste, so keep it going.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little, while we're whisking here, tell me a little bit about at the Bier Garden. I know you are famous for beers. What kind of, do you have beers for the season? Do we have special summer beers?
Every season. There's a beer for every season. And that's why we carry anywhere from 400 to 450 different types of beers.
Wow, 450 types of beers.
But you know,
Listen
there'll
up,
be
beer
probably
lovers.
there'll probably be 300 in stock at any given time because they're seasonal. You know,
Right.
You've got your winter beers, your heavier, thicker beers, and your summer beers tend to be a little lighter. A lot of wheat beers, which are very prevalent in Germany.
What's your favorite summer?
My favorite summer beer? Maybe.
So hard to choose.
It really is. It really is. Maybe Weinstefaner. It's the oldest operating brewery in the world. They have a nice light wheat beer. We have a Schneiderweiss wheat beer on draft right now.
So you have a lot of
So-
German imports that you might not find anywhere else in Hampton Roads.
Predominantly German and Belgium.
All right.
So this
All
is
right.
getting close to where we want it. But we're going
All
to
right.
let it simmer here a little bit.
Okay.
And then while it's
Let's go ahead and slice up our meat so we can show the folks what it's going to look like, and
Exactly.
we'll throw the gravy on top.
Exactly.
And this goes best with what kind of beer? I mean, I know we do wine pairings, but you know, beer pairings too. What do we do?
Well, I would prefer to have this with a darker beer.
Okay.
Now you could also red wine would go very nice with it too.
Oh, okay.
And we have some interesting beers that are like the Flemish beers. The beers from the Flanders area of Belgium are very sour and red wine-like,
Okay.
and they go
All right. Well,
wonderful with something
Let's
like
get
this.
this on the plate and show the folks what it's going to look like.
So
It looks good. You can see those pickles coming through.
now, typically you would serve this with Spätzle, which is a German egg noodle,
Okay.
and you would create a bed of Spätzle and maybe lay this on top or lay the Spätzle around it.
Okay.
And it also goes very nice with sauerkraut.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you put that on top while I tell the folks all about the Bier Garden, which is at 438 High Street in Portsmouth. You can give them a call at 393-6022 or visit them on their website, Bier Garden. That's BIER garden.com. All right. Well, that looks great, and we'll take a final look at it here in just a couple of minutes. Looks good, Chef. Thanks so much.
Thank you.